The criminal lawyer sat next to Henyard the entire meeting and even went into the board's closed executive session.
Ooh. I didn't know them. A lot of my board members, they didn't know them either. We didn't know who they were.
So nobody bothered to ask. We all assumed they must know because nobody asked. Turns out they didn't know. Now that's questionable. These two people they ain't never seen before in suits just sitting up there next to Tiffany and nobody said nothing. That's weird. If you see something, say something. Hey y'all, it's your girl J9 Eve. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, share the video, get into the comments and let me know what you think about this, okay? So the village of Dalton had a meeting and there were these two characters that were there that were weird. It was like, who are these people? Now, I thought maybe it was the feds. My first instinct was the feds based on the posture of this guy. He's sitting up real straight like, you know what I'm saying? I thought maybe they were the feds. And then somebody else said they thought they were like the auditors or something. Turns out, no, we were all wrong. Well, all of us who guessed what I just guessed, okay? Turns out these are Tiffany's personal lawyers. Her attorneys, hers, not the village's, hers. And guess what kind of attorneys they are? Criminal defense. These two right here are Tiffany's criminal defense attorneys. Any questions? So we're gonna listen to some of this news stuff. This is how I found this out. I didn't know. You know, I don't be communicating with nobody else. So if I don't see it on here, I don't see it. Okay. So let's watch some of these little news clips, see what they have to tell us. I noticed she does a tiny little bit of a snippet of an interview with a news person. So let's hop in. Settle yourselves, people.
What are two criminal defense attorneys doing at a Dalton board meeting?
Good question.
It's that question that our Dane Placco is trying to figure out tonight.
He joins us live from the south suburbs with what he has learned so far. Dane.
Yeah, it was yet another chaotic village board meeting here in Dalton last night. But during that meeting, a lot of people noticed a couple unfamiliar faces sitting directly next to Mayor Tiffany Henyard.
Yes.
Well, we've done some digging and we've found out who those unfamiliar faces are. They're both criminal defense attorneys that have been hired by the mayor.
I think somebody knows what's coming. Somebody seems to know what's coming. It's weird that she would bring them there. I don't know why she has them there. I mean, it's not like she was watching what she was saying or anything. She wasn't looking at them before she said things. So it's not to keep her from saying anything incriminating or something. Because she was just talking willy-nilly and just saying whatever. Okay, so I don't know. She had them there, I guess, maybe to intimidate? That would be my guess. Just me knowing the Tiff the way I know the Tiff feels like it was supposed to. Like the mission was to intimidate. Like, look, I got my own lawyers. It's kind of reminiscent, though. She did this before, you remember.
Okay, you out of order. You need to remove her. Remove her.
Another wild night at the Dalton Village Board, with a handful of residents being ejected for shouting at the mayor, who also continues to do battle with the majority of the village trustees.
People that say things about me, I want you to prove it. Because, like I said, fact versus fiction. So you got us into this mess, and now we're trying to salvage what we can to get out.
Sitting at the mayor's side in a place usually reserved for the village attorneys, two unfamiliar faces. This is Chicago federal criminal defense attorney Beau Brindley, along with his law partner Ed McDavid. The website for Brindley's law firm says results matter, aggressive criminal defense. The two
Results. Yeah, they do. Results matter. They mean prison or prison. You gotta pick one. Oh, look at this. She know. Well, at least she's not in it. I could say this. I could give Tiffany this. She's not in denial. She must not be in denial because clearly she sees that this is coming. She know this is coming. She's then went and got herself some criminal defense attorneys, which is usually what a criminal would get.
The criminal lawyer sat next to Henyard the entire meeting and even went into the board's closed executive session. Henyard is at the center of an ongoing FBI corruption investigation.
I didn't know them. A lot of my board members, they didn't know them either. We didn't know who they were.
Dalton trustee Brittany.
Wow. They didn't even know when they were in there either. Nobody questioned it. Nobody said, who are these people? Well, they can't be up here. So she would say who they were. They didn't even ask. Nobody said anything. So nobody bothered to ask. We all assumed they must know because nobody asked. Turns out they didn't know. Now that's questionable. That's questionable in and of itself. There was these two Caucasian males who to me looked like feds. I thought they were feds. Me personally, this is just what I thought. So I thought they were feds, okay? But the trustees didn't even know who they were, what they were there for, these two people they ain't never seen before in suits just sitting up there next to Tiffany. And nobody said nothing. That's weird. If you see something, say something. You know what I'm saying?
Tiffany Norwood told us today she's concerned taxpayers may wind up footing Henyard's criminal defense.
Our biggest
Oh, hell no. No, that's not going to happen. Don't y'all worry yourselves about that. That's not a thing. She can't do that. Those are her personal attorneys. She can't. She can't. Okay. No more than if she had got some drug charges and then she had to get a lawyer for that. And then she had to have y'all pay for that. No, y'all don't pay for that. Y'all don't pay for that. If she do try to do that, that's going to be another charge added on that they're going to have to be fighting. Okay? She going to federal prison. When I tell you that Tiffany's going to federal prison, that's what I mean. She going to federal prison.
fear is that she's going to use them for her criminal defense attorney and that the village is going to pay for it.
Is that a problem?
Oh, because she brought them in there? Oh, damn. Sneaky bitch.
Not at all.
In a statement, criminal defense attorney Brindley tells Fox 32, Mayor Henyard retained me to evaluate the board's conduct and identify violations of municipal law and to advocate on her behalf. And
That is the wrong type of, why do you have a criminal defense attorney for that? That's the wrong kind of attorney. She's so dumb. And they'll take any kind of money. They're like, look, she's just throwing away. We don't care whose money it is. She's throwing it out. We gonna catch it. You know what I'm saying? But that's not even his, forte, his specialty. Oh my God, Tiffany is the biggest version of dumb that there could be. She is so dumb. She's gonna squander every bit of money. So now here's what we know. Tiffany has not been spending her own money while she's been there. She's been living off the Dalton and the Thornton money for the last almost 4 years. She's been living off of that. She ain't been spending the money she's been making. She ain't been spending none of that. She's been saving that. All to get to the end of her term when she's about to be gone, about to go to federal prison. And now she's done decided to hire two pointless, aimless fucking attorneys. At this point, she's going to need them later for the other stuff. She's done retain their services right now at this point in time. So now she's going to run through all of her own personal money, the money that she did manage to not spend because she was too busy spending Dalton and Thornton's money. So now she's going to end up with absolutely nothing. And she's going to go to federal prison, which means whenever she come out in 7 to 10 years, when she come out in 7 to 10 years, okay, she ain't going to have no money stash. Okay, her boyfriend ain't waiting for her. Okay. In fact, he going to roll over on her. He probably already did. It's probably why she also so bitter. I ain't been seeing him around lately either. I don't know, have you noticed? Because I did.
and on behalf of her constituents in exposing and preventing usurpations of power and violations of municipal law and statutes by the board. I have not been retained in the capacity of criminal defense with respect to my appearance with her at the board meeting.
If you're going to hire someone, you bring it to the board so the board can approve it.
Municipal Attorney Bert Odelson, who represents the four trustees doing battle with Henyard, says he's never seen anything like this before.
Why are you having a federal criminal lawyer sit next to you at a village board meeting? I mean, all I can say is, really? Even in Chicago? Really?
Yeah, that's saying a lot, okay? And then they said they're not representing her in a criminal defense capacity. So Tiffany hired you to do what? Her dry cleaning? I mean, what are you here for? That's the type of lawyer. Why would she go to, like, their website clearly says criminal defense attorney. So she was like, I need a lawyer, not for my criminal defense or nothing, but just a different type of lawyer. So she goes to a website where their main thing that they do is criminal defense. Nervous much? I think Tiffany's nervous, honey. She over there shaking in her boots, in her patent leather baby seal boots.
Now, in a follow-up phone call with Brindley this afternoon, he told me he is not getting paid by the Village of Dalton. And he clarified his status. He said he's not working as a criminal defense attorney for Henyard right now, but that could change if she is at some point charged or indicted. Now, much more happened last night, including multiple people being fired by both sides of this ongoing political battle. Guess what? All those people returned to work today. We're going to have much more on that coming up tonight at 9. Live in Dalton, Dane Placco, Fox 32 Chicago.
A close aide to Mayor Tiffany Henyard is cooperating with her opponents, and the mayor has now been stripped of at least some power in the form of access to village money.
So she ain't got access to no money, okay? Freeman done rolled on her. That's who she's talking about, just in case you didn't know. I don't know how you wouldn't. Keith Freeman done rolled. He's telling, he's snitching all, telling everything, okay? And, now she's done hired these criminal defense attorneys to hire her, to represent her in a non-criminal defense capacity. Okay, so things are, just making sense.
Because, you throw a lot of things up here that don't be true.
Mayor Tiffany Henyard's grip on the reins of Dalton is loosening. At last night's meeting, the Board of Trustees voted to freeze spending on village credit cards, limiting expenses to those approved by the board.
That was the main goal, to cut off her access and other operators in the municipality.
Is it just me, or does he look like the Fonz? Like the Fonz to me. It could be me. Let me know in the comments. Does he look like the Fonz to you? Is he giving you Fonz vibes? Because he's giving me Fonz.
I have to be careful choosing my words here.
I've never seen any municipality have so many credit cards out there. Orders of going out to eat is mind-boggling. The trips, the shopping, going to Target and spending $300, $500, $600, even dollar amounts. It seems very fishy, and it looks like gift cards were purchased.
Yeah, somebody pointed that out to me in my video. I thought it was ATM. I thought they were pulling money out of the ATM, but it was well, allegedly, what they think is that it is gift cards. They're buying gift cards, which I think is even worse. Like, that's a scammer's method, That's a scammer's method, is it not? Gift cards? I don't know. Sounds suspicious. Okay.
And board attorney Michael McGrath says that snapshot of just 5 or 6 months of spending was revealed in the last couple of weeks by Henyard's top aide, Keith Freeman, who's now cooperating with the board. He pleaded not guilty to a federal bankruptcy charge and is considered by some trustees to be a potential whistleblower.
Is there a motion to terminate Keith Freeman?
Henyard announced his termination last.
Look at her. I rebuke you. She has no power, but she is still grasping at the straws of, prison. Okay, because that's all that's left. That's all that's on the table for you there, Tiff. Okay, that's all that's on the table. Is anybody here want to vote to fire Keith Freeman like she has ever asked for the trustees' permission or blessing or whatever opinion on firing anybody ever? She never has. That's the answer to the question. She never has. Okay, so especially not Keith. She fired them without their permission. I mean, she hired him without their permission, so she can fire him without their permission. This is what she do. She do whatever she want, and now she want them to say something. Look, what you want them to admit he's talking? The news just told us. We know.
Last night, though the board insists Freeman is still the village administrator. The mayor rarely talks to reporters.
Nah, not anymore. He ain't no more. They announced that. In fact, she said it herself. She said he is fired officially. It's over. It's done.
And she let the defense attorney she's retained do most of the talking with WGN News.
Oh, look at her. These are her attorneys. They're going to come and talk for her. We're going to get to hear them speak for her. And watch the look on Tiffany's face as the news people ask her questions and she deciding not to answer, but to turn to her lawyers to answer that. Trying to stay out of jail.
He says Freeman put Henyard's safety at risk by removing her security detail.
Under the law, he's out when she says he's out.
How is he putting you at risk?
He just answered that.
All he said was, if she says he's out, he's out when she says he's out. So the news lady just said, how did he put you at risk? Because they said he put her at risk. And she says, he just told you that. No, the fuck he didn't, bitch. He didn't. Look at And she's smiling like she done swoosh. I can tell.
Is it that there's speculation that
With this lace top, girl, inappropriate, honey. Inappropriate for the occasion. Well, then again, it does look like, no, you would never wear that to a funeral.
prosecutors are putting pressure on him to cooperate with their investigation into you?
No, we're talking about the removal of security detail.
This isn't the first time Henyard's safety has taken center stage. The acting police chief, Louis Lacey, has implemented capacity limits and metal detectors in the board meeting room. And just last night, he made everyone walk back through those machines after the meeting had already started. The board placed him on paid administrative leave pending
Which is hilarious. He wasn't even supposed to be here right now. He's on leave. He's on administrative leave. He ain't even supposed to be here. Okay? He is out of his, we'll call it jurisdiction. Okay? Yeah. He is out of his jurisdiction. Okay? All right? You out of your jurisdiction. You're breaking the rules. Okay? Go home to your whatever you got there. Okay?
an investigation into his alleged mishandling of the department.
We requested that he turn in all village equipment by the end of today. And if he doesn't, we'll seek a court order to enforce the administrative leave.
But Deputy Chief Lacey did show up to work today. He tells me the board doesn't have the power to put him on leave. As for the financials, we expect to learn a lot more detail on Thursday when former Chicago Mayor Lori Lightfoot presents some of the findings of her investigation. In Dalton, Jenna Barnes, WGN.
Interesting. Very, very interesting. Okay? Very, very interesting. All right. So Tiffany and her lawyer that is a criminal defense attorney, but isn't one for her. For her, he's just company, I guess. I don't know. And it's looking awfully bad. Tiffany, it's looking bad. It's looking real bad. It's looking like prison. But at least it seems like you're aware of it. You don't seem to not know that it's coming because you're behaving like a person who kind of knows that it's coming, which is good. It's good that you know. You should know. You ought to know. I love to watch Tiff scurry, to just watch her just crumble and do all the things that I already predicted. I've predicted all of this. I'm sure we all did. But I predicted it more. Like to give myself credit, okay, where I feel my credit is due. Give it to me. Give it to me, okay? Oh, Tiffany. The only thing changed between this lawyer of yours and the one back in the day that you had come in there on the walker is the color of your lipstick. Wig the same, everything same, okay? Oh, I hope you like wearing them suits. It's going to be sad when you got to let them go. I'm sorry, but all things come to an end. All good things come to an end. Even a robbery, which is what you just committed, okay? Y'all behave. I'm not going to do it. Absolutely not. Just, no thank you. I'm good. Mama love you. Yes, she do. Ooh, peace.